hit second, you rewrite and smack.
Or I just start like, and I'm like, all right, I already started on the wrong note. I really like them all, but I think that the Brass Tracks remix is probably my favorite one. They really dug deep, and they're really talented dudes. So to hear that for the first time was like, wow, you know. I mean, I've used SoundCloud forever, and I'm a big believer in just, you know, free stuff. And so, I mean, the first thing that I did when I was working on the project that I was releasing myself called Zebra, I just, you know, put it on the internet, and it kind of is like putting your name on the ballot for this democratic process that is the you know, listenership of blogs and SoundCloud and other, you know, online streaming services where fans can coalesce and talk about what they love. And it's a really interesting culture, and it, you know, it's the start of a conversation, and I'm proud to be a part of it. I really wanted to try to find a way to pay tribute to these artists that, you know, have inspired me over the years, and I couldn't really figure out how to really do it. And I was on tour with Sufjan Stevens, who is brilliant, and you know, I've been a fan of his only for 3 or 4 years, which is embarrassing because he has such a long career. But you know, at the end of the tour, we, you know, kind of started doing some collabs together, just, you know, for fun on stage, and it just naturally transitioned into this idea of, you know, what if we got in a room and we filmed it and we showed how much I appreciated, you know, his music and his lyrics and who he is as an artist and a person, and then just kind of grew into, you know, more episodes, and I'm completely shocked that these people agreed to do it, because, you know, it's such an honor for me. So it really just kind of came from being next to somebody that I really admired, and you know, having the privilege of doing anything with them. Oh no! If you zoom in on the frame, I bet you could see my hands like shaking. Like it was nuts. It was completely surreal, and I still don't believe it happened to this day. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. And it's the same story every time. I just can't believe that we did this, and you know, I'm completely honored. And I mean, these artists that are going to be in the upcoming episodes too, you know, just really inspired a lot, and for them to even consider doing anything with you know, someone who's so unknown it's just completely beyond me. I was working with Adrian Young, who's incredibly talented. He's like kind of a legend. He kills it. And he was down to bring Stent, who's a producer that I've been working with basically my whole album. He did my whole album. And we were just kind of like fooling around with some ideas. And I was doing a lot of work with Red Bull, and they suggested, hey, you know, Jhene, you know, is in town, like maybe we could hook you guys up. And we just met, and she listened to the song, and she wrote her verse, and she laid it down, and we vibed and we talked, and it felt like a really natural kind of process. I mean, it seemed like we were both coming from the same place, you know, in terms of lyrics and melody. And you know, after just sitting back and listening to the whole thing, it was, you know, it was all recorded in Adrian's equipment, which is just, you know, straight out of the 60s. It just kind of had like this vibe that I thought was really important and really interesting, and you know, helped me grow. So I was just excited to be a part of all of that. Yeah, I don't know. I think my whole goal with trying to make this album, including in my last project, was just like, I just want to evolve as a human being. And so you know, there's a lot of me just analyzing myself and dissecting myself, and I hope that they see it as, you know, something that's very, you know, vulnerable, and I hope that they hear like the humility and just understand that it's just me. Oh man, Yeah. If we created a super group, just me and him, and then just like a bunch of like, man, it'll probably be like the like, I don't know, something really depressing, I feel like. Because I mean, some of his songs are just like really, they just really tug at your heartstrings, and I feel like I'm coming from a similar place. So maybe just like tears of sadness and sorrow, and nothing will ever be better. Give up now. I don't know. Just seeing all the music. I mean, like, I've never been to New Orleans or anything, and I don't really go to any festivals, so to walk around and see people playing in like the streets and stuff, which people told me that would be happening, but I just didn't really understand what that meant. And you know, to be like in any bar and just hear music, it's really an interesting kind of experience. Like, it truly is a cacophony of just artists and musicians. And I haven't even seen the tech side, but I can imagine that that's a similar deal. So it's really just completely different vibes for me. Hey, this is Gallant, and you're tuned in to Ones to Watch.